Jumping and they're getting railed.
The kid that was shooting Caustic just got fucking rolled. We're climbing on these kids to kill him. Careful. Totem just got gas. I just got reset, but they're down. They're down up here. I got the Watson. Got one. I just killed that whole team. I'm dead to gas though.
Paranoid bitch, I'm tweaking, locking myself in my home, and I don't wanna go to no parties, little baby, so don't send invites to my phone. She say I'm an asshole for no reason, cause I just wanna be left.
What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Unruly here, back at it again with another video, and in today's video we are doing a Apex Legends ranked tier list. So on social media and the community, for the most part I've seen, have been struggling with ranked, and especially because Kings Canyon is a terrible ranked map. So here today I'm going to give you a tier list for Kings Canyon specifically, because some of these metas don't work all that well on the other maps such as World Edge and Olympus. So I'm going to give you a rundown of the legends that are meta and top tier at the moment, and I'm going to give you reasons why. So anyway, thank you guys so much for all the love and support as you've been showing lately. If you haven't already considered so and you've been watching my content, please consider subscribing. It means the world to me. And if you enjoyed today's video, consider leaving a thumbs up for me. Appreciate it. I'll catch you guys in the video. So here we are with the tier list. We have the S tier list going down right through, and we're just going to go one by one through it all. We're going to go through each legend and my reasons why. Again, this is my opinion. Most people will agree with the meta that you are going to see put on this list. So without further ado, let's get started. So with Bangalore, I'm going to give her a B tier. Unless you are Shiv FPS, Bangalore is not much meta for anything right now. Her smokes are good. I think she still needs a buff to her tactical, maybe even her passive needs worked. Her ultimate isn't all that strong, so I'm going to put her in the B tier list. Caustic is S tier. It pains me to put him in here, but Caustic is so good in Kings Canyon with all the small houses, trapping it up. You have bunker. You have the little the big double doors going up towards artillery. And there's just so many buildings for Caustic to sit in to play for. And a lot of teams that are Caustic ulting and Horizon ulting us and ranked. So he's going to be in the S tier. Crypto, he's going to be A tier. The reason Crypto isn't S tier is because of his use outside of his drone. His drone is basically the legend. Getting beacons for free without risking pushing a team is always good. His EMP is really good too, for cracking shields. So Crypto will always be up there. He's just not a must-have on the team right now. Fusey Boy, he's going in the B tier. He's not a good legend for ranked necessarily, but he's not terrible. His Ring of Fire plus Caustic ult could be good. His tactical is good to bust through buildings, but he's not essentially a meta, so to speak. Gibby, S tier. That legend is literally immortal. His dome shield is super important, especially when there's the open areas of the map, towards Salvage, towards Mirage, that whole desert area where the whole Skull Town was taken out. His ultimate is fantastic for third parties and softening up teams. His gun shield is still ridiculously hard to take on. There's no bleed effect, so when it shatters, it just re-shields, regenerates in 5 seconds. He's just a super strong legend. If anyone has him any less than S tier, they don't know what they're talking about. Horizon, S tier. Horizon essentially has taken over the role of Wraith and Pathfinder. Her tactical moves herself up into the air. High ground wins everything. She's very hard to hit with the strafe up there. Her ultimate just causes all kinds of problems, especially combined with Caustic's ult or Fuse's ult if you are running Fuse. Arc Star spamming, nade spamming, the ultimate is how you absolutely destroy teams. And because of King's Canyon being with the rocks and all the different buildings and ledges and high ground, her tactical lets you reposition the entire team very easily. Lifeline, she's going to be in A tier. And here's the reason why. Because her res literally costs RP. There's been countless times where I knock somebody from far away, we go to clean up, and or I knock someone in a third party, they get lifeline res, I don't get the credit for the kill. Lifeline res is crucial for clutching up. That res is just so strong. And if it's a good lifeline, she knows shield placement, she knows how to heal and play inside the shield. A good lifeline makes her A tier. Loba, she's D tier. Loba is currently broken right now in King's Canyon. She can't really teleport too much. Her Black Market Bouquet is literally just... She gets her ult before everyone else, but looting and ranked, you get your POI that you get landed on with. That's it. You're rotating around the map and you're looking for kills. After the initial drop, your loot comes from dead boxes. Mirage, I'm going to give C tier. Mirage is still a pub character in my eyes. His ult is really annoying because of the footstep audio and health on each of the decoys, so it's kind of hard to figure out where he is. Typically, if you figure out the Mirage, it's because his movement is different from the clones. So you can point out who's running the obvious cover, or running into a building or whatnot. That's usually how we tell between him, because his ultimate, his footsteps everywhere, it's terrible. It's really bad. It's very fun in pubs though. Octane has become S tier. Octane has replaced Wraith for a lot of people. Smaller hitbox. His strafe with his stim is insane. His Octane pad for reposition is the same way that you would use Horizon for. Pathfinder, we're going to give him B tier because of his scouting ability. His ropes with your running Horizon, you don't need him. Next up we have Rampart, and I'm going to give her the C tier. Now Rampart is a growing legend for me, and here's the reason why. Is because you Rampart mains are learning and evolving with this legend. Now, originally when Rampart was released, she's very situational. You have to set up high ground, or you have to set up really early to use her Sheila turret and the amp cover in order to make any viability out of her. But I have seen you guys, and I'm talking to you Rampart mains, some of the stuff you guys are doing is pretty smart. I see you guys using the Rampart walls to block off doors. And then you could heal behind them. You could use them to block so teams can't really get in if you're not running Caustic. That works very well. I see people double stacking their walls, meaning one wall behind the other, in order to place the next set of walls. You guys got a buff with the walls. The walls have a little bit more health when they're coming up. I see you guys doing a lot better, but she's not there yet. If anything, when we see a Sheila turret, we just assume you're a bad team. And this is talking ranked. Pubs is a whole different story. Watson, she is going to be A tier. And here's why. Low profile makes her suck. That was another reason why Pathfinder is a B tier legend, especially over Crypto. And the only reason Crypto beats Pathfinder is because of the MP. But we're going to put Watson A tier, and that's because of Caustic ults and Gibby ults and Horizon. The 3 S tier legends up here, fantastic. And then fencing off areas endgame is very good as well. The only reason she's not A tier is because she is a legend that is very hard to fight with. Her low profile, for some reason, she's hard to hit when she has a giant generator on her back. But low profile is a problem with her. And again, she specializes in closing off areas in buildings. But I've had friends who run Watson and have much success in ranked, especially World's Edge. You'll see pros run her in competitive play. She's very good. She's very good. Love and dear Wraith. I'm going to put her in A tier. And here's the reason why she's not being used as an S tier legend right now. It's because Horizon has replaced her. Wraith's hitbox is insanely big now. I saw the spread when it comes to shooting around the character to activate the hitbox. The developers need to learn to have the Legends model replicate their hitbox, because we are getting shot around corners, we are getting shot around doorways when we are peeking doors. It is a mess for Wraith, especially with low profile. But she is still viable because she's that entry frag character still. Her portal to reposition teams in and out of safety, especially in tandem with Gibby. You guys are going to be seeing her a lot in Olympus, and that'll be a separate video for another time. But she's still very good. Her Q to phase out of tough situations is still good for the most part. So she's going to be an A tier legend. Revenant, S tier. He is the meta of Kings Canyon. Rev toteming into third parties is a fantastic way to get RP. I am currently Diamond, running the composition of Revenant, Bloodhound, and Horizon. It does phenomenal work. Phenomenal. Now, if your totem gets camped, that's one thing. But rev toteming into third parties to gain as much KP as free as possible as in that time limit, being in death protection. Fantastic way to get RP. Some people consider it pretty ratty, or you're playing like a pussy, they say. Very strong legend. Especially when you're playing against S tier legends like these guys and you are canceling their abilities with the silence. Caustic with no gas is no legend. Gibby gun shield gets cancelled, his ult's cancelled, bubble. Gibby's just a giant bullet bag at that point. Horizon, she can still get away because she has a lower profile with the legend herself. Similar to Wraith, she can weasel her way around. But she is the assault character, so not too much gets taken away from her, but it makes it easier because you can't go all the way up in the sky. Octane, it is the most hilarious thing to see an Octane try to stim, only to get silenced midway through, and he is just sticking out in the open. So Revenant is very strong. And then a Bloodhound is absolutely S tier. Again, this is a tier list for Kings Canyon ranked. Bloodhound is the do-it-all scout, the best scout legend. The scans to find people, the tracking ability to where you could see where people rotated from, how often, how close are you to that team. Hitting beacons. I main Bloodhound because of the hitbox change to Wraith, and Bloodhound is fantastic. You get to hit the beacons, and the Eye of the Allfather, and Beast of the Hunt with his ultimate, where you could literally see everything and everything happening is super fast. You're the fastest legend in the game in that ultimate. I have juked people out with the strafe back and forth. It is Bloodhound is, if there was a tier above S tier, there would be Bloodhound. But there you go, guys. There is the Kings Canyon ranked tier list. I will do another tier list for Olympus when the split happens. And if you guys want a pub list, let me know down below. I will do a pubs list. Because this list changes entirely for pubs. Especially when sweats are out and about and the playstyle is a little different. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the